Okay. Hello. So it should be online right now. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. We are continuing with this little room here, and yeah, we are going to be working on that one today. So I hope you will like it. I am just making sure that the audio and the video is perfect. I have my husband sitting here behind me to that side, and he is going to help me to make sure that the video and the audio is perfect. Yes, you can, because I made it so you can see me. I just wanted to show you the creation that we have been working on for now. It's nice to see everyone. I hope everything is working. It looks like that. Anyway, we are going to continue on this little build we have going on here. This little room. Last time we made the little couch here, and it actually turned out so cute. So today we need to do a little table here and a little shelf unit, and then I will have to make the lights, and I think I'm going to do that by recording that instead of live, because that is requiring a lot from me. Anyway, tell me hello if you see me. I would like to hear from you guys. Let's see, I have the booklet right here, and we actually did a lot on this little house here. So we will take a look in the little booklet. So we made, hey Teresa, nice to see you. So we made this little basket with the posters in, that's right here. Then we made the little books and the things for the coffee table, it's right here. I didn't place it where they did, but I like it here. Then we made some pictures and some picture frames, and they are here on this side. We made these little flag things, that's also right here. And this little lamp with the little light bulb in, it's right there. Then we made this drawer here where it's standing on. We made it a bit different. We made the things for the shelf unit and the shelf unit, that's right here. And this one we did not make yet. But that one is going to stand. Let me see if I can find the picture. I don't have enough hands here. So the little table is standing right here in front of the couch, right here. And this little thing here for the bookshelf. Hi, Irena. This little bookshelf is standing right here at the window. So I think I'm going to start with the little bookshelf or shelf unit. That's this one. And I actually think that's the last things that we need to do. And then of course the wiring and the little box around it. Hi, honey. So let's start with this little shelf unit. And I'm thinking of gluing that together first, and then we can go to the small details after that. So I want to find a piece of paper here. And I'm always placing that here on my work mat. And that is actually pretty effective to have it standing right there or lying right there. Taking my favorite wood glue. Yes, I have everything I need. Thank you, honey. Yeah. I use my favorite wood glue for gluing papers and woods and stuff like that. And I really love this Pattex because it's fast gluing and it's just working perfect every time. So I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of that. I don't want to take too much because we normally don't need that much. So let's see, these smaller ones are for the inside and that one is for the outside. This one, I'm not sure where that goes, so I'm gonna put that to the side and figure that out later. So these ones, and then we need the big shelf unit at the bottom. So I'm just gonna take this one, and I like to use my mat here in front of me. So I'm just gonna place that right here and put on the small glue dots here. I want enough glue, but I don't want too much. And then I'm gonna place it here on the line, on the vertical line, and I am going to place the little shelf underneath and making sure that everything is lined up. And it's a little crooked here. There we go. And then the other one, I am gonna put a tiny bit of glue in both corners of it and figuring out where it needs to go and then placing it so it looks right, like that. And I have a string of something right here. Let's get rid of that one. Taking a tiny bit more of the glue and popping it on the ends here of these small shelf thingies. Just a tiny bit of it, and I'm sorry if you can't see it. Taking this one, and you need to make sure that both of them are turned the right way around, so that you don't have one this way and the other one the other way, because then it will be wonky. So the flat side here to the bottom, and because I have it here on my mat, I can make sure that they are in the same height, both of them. So everything is lined up and looking great from here. So I think that's perfect. So again, I'm taking a tiny bit of glue and popping that on top here, on the top pieces, like that, and placing the shelf, top shelf here. There we go. And I'm just gonna give that a second or two to be stuck together before I move it. And I still have my paper here on the side, so I can use it and to keep my voice ready and working. So I'm gonna try and move this carefully out of the way so that I don't do something stupid with it. So this one we did actually do, that's the little one hanging here in the corner of the little house. But we need to make a few boxes, paper boxes, and a paper box gift, and a vase for some flowers. So I'm gonna put my little booklet here so I can still see what I'm doing and then find the things that we need. So the first one is this little box, and I did pre-cut that because there is a lot to do and a lot to fold and glue together today, so I am just gonna, I just made it a bit easier on me. So I'm lining up the fold line here on my little scissor, and I'm just using my finger to kind of make this little fold in there. So I'm lining the line here, I'm lining that up down here with my scissor and on top here as well. And then I'm just using my thumb to kind of go over the paper and make the little indent or crease. And here it's quite easy because there's only one place for the scissor to go. It's kind of going in between the pieces and just lying there. So this little piece is ready for gluing. The most of the time I like to go and give it a little more bend before I glue it, because it's not always making a nice bend. It's just making it easier for you to make the bend. So let's glue this one together. My nose is itchy today. Okay, so placing a tiny bit of glue right here and on the other side, and make sure you get it to the edge of this little fold here, because that way your box will have a nice corner when it's done. And then I'm just folding it together and just pushing it from both sides so that I'm sure that everything is working fine. And if you can't do that with your fingers, you can always use a flat nose plier just to squeeze these small flaps together. And you can use this one as well for bending your paper. It's actually really good for that. Just want to tell you that. Let's do the other side. So I hope you everyone have had a great week, and now it's soon weekend. Well, actually it is weekend. So I hope you have some nice plans, or maybe you just have a lot of time to be crafty. That would be nice. And I'm gonna push this together again to make sure that it is nice and connected in the corners. There we go. And then this little one here that's supposed to be the lid, I'm just gonna do the same again. I like to make these sides first with the flaps, because then the other sides kind of come very easy to make. And then the other side here, lining it up and just using my thumb to make the little bend here and here. There we go. That should leave us with all the places that we need to bend this one. And I'm just gonna bend it an extra time everywhere, making sure everything is working. There we go. Okay, I need a tiny bit more of my glue here on my piece of paper. Again, I like to have a little, because it actually hardens out really fast. And if I don't use a tiny bit, then I have a lot that is hardening without me even wanting it to harden. So I'm just first gluing one corner here. And again, I like my flat nose plier. It's kind of just making it really secure. Then this little corner over here. And placing it and just squeezing. And this is really nice and glued together. Gonna lift this one up and pop these two small ones down. I know this is kind of hard to see because I'm not that close up, but I like to be able to show you everything I do. So I hope you can still see what I'm doing. And then just this corner, give it a squeeze, and the other corner. There we have the first little box here. Let's see if I can make it fit. Yay! So that's a cute little box here. I might have to glue the lid on there because I'm not going to use it at all. Let me see. It's just, yeah, it's just standing here with the lid on. So I might just take a tiny bit of a glue and pop here on the sides, because I want to put this whole thing into the plexiglass, and then I won't be able to fix it if anything falls off or get out of my space or whatever. So I'm making sure that everything stays where I want it. I can see fine. Oh, that's good. I'm happy about that. So that's a little box. I actually think that came out really cute. So that was the first thing. Then we need to make this kind of, it's kind of a cookie jar or something like that. They're standing something, but I can't read that. So for that we need this little piece of metal foil and this piece from the magazine. And this little piece here, that is the can itself, is going to be glued here on the outside, and for that I need my double-sided tape. Just a second. I have that in a drawer right here behind me. So that's right here. I like this one a lot. So I'm just gonna put that on the paper and drag it along the paper. And I'm gonna do that, making sure there's glue everywhere where I am going to pop this little thing on. There we go. And that is nice and secure, and it will not budge. I really love this glue. This is an Easy Runner from that's a scrapbook adhesive. It says, it doesn't say where it's from, but this is ultra permanent, and it's a nice glue if you're working with paper or fabric and you need to put them together like this. Then this is really good. So that's the border of the lid, and that's the top of the lid, and that's a little sign for the little box. Let me cut this out. See if I can do that. I hate cutting round stuff out because it's like it always gets a little jaggedy somewhere, or you get out of the line or too much into the line or stuff like that. I'm not good with circles. But now we're doing it. Oh, it's going okay. Oh, I have one of my weird shapes here. Let me see if I can. There we go. And this little sign that has a lot of detail, I'm not sure that I can that I can cut that out perfect. So I think I'm just gonna leave a tiny little white edge here around it. This way I don't cut anything off that I don't want to be cut off here. This is so tiny. I know I'm used to working with tiny things, but this one is really tiny. And then this little one for the lid. Oh, and I want to remind you guys that if you have some questions for me that can be for miniature, or it can be personal questions, please tell me, because I'm trying to make a Q&A and I only got a few questions the first time I asked. So I just want to remind you that I'm working on a Q&A, and if you have a few questions you'd like to know, maybe know me a little better, then please ask and I will see what I can answer you. I think that's good. It's a little crooked, but I think it's good. Okay, let's cut this little can out. Oh wait, there's no bottom for the can? Is that right? Yes, there's no bottom for the can. Here, look, the can, the top on, and then this little border around. There's no bottom for this can. Oh well. It's kind of crazy. And it's also a little weird that they are making it this detailed on the inside, that you are getting this metal foil effect on the inside, but you don't have the bottom of the jar and you're not going to be able to open it anyway. So I think it's kind of weird. Let me see, I have a toothpick over here. I like to kind of use something like this to roll my paper before I make a tube of it, because I found it makes it so much easier to make the tube. Let me see, here we go, there it is. Then taking a tiny bit of my paper glue and popping it here up to the line. That can be hard to see. It's a kind of a light blue dotted line right here. And I'm trying to get glue all the way up to the edge. There we go. And then put it together right there, and I'm just gonna use this one just to squeeze it a little better together. I'm not squeezing as hard because I don't want to lose the round effect on this little jaw. I think that's perfect. Just gonna round it a tiny bit more. It was a little flat. It's not gonna be better. Okay, so this little guy needs to go here on the front. So I'm just gonna pop a tiny bit of glue on there and see if I can pick it up somehow. And glue it down. I think my double-sided tape would have been better, but it's so small. Oh, wait a second. Sorry about that. I don't know how the weather is by you guys, but here it has been raining the most of the day and it's cold, and we had snow last week, and yeah, that's just not funny at all. I don't even know if I turned this little thing here the right way around, but it's on there now, so that's how it is. See if I can get a little under this flap over here and just squeeze that down. This is so tiny. There we go. I'll get rid of that one. Then this little thing here is supposed to go on the top. So let us take a little more glue. Bless you. Thank you. Pop that on all the way around. Taking this little thing here and placing it Hi Lise. Nice to see you in here. Here we go. Oh, I think I put that on crooked. Oh, anyway, that's how it is now. So this little one is supposed to go around the top. So I'm just gonna bend it a tiny bit before I glue it on turn it around and just pop a tiny bit of glue here. And that's still my wood glue that I'm using here. I really like that one. Let me see how to do this. So I have the little thing here. So I'm gonna start with this on the back side. And I'm gonna try to get that all the way up to the little lid here. And a little more glue. Continue all the way around this little jar. Tiny things. Yes, it is my dear husband, but you know that. But this one, I think this is in 1 to 24, where mine normally is 1 to 12. So this is a tiny bit smaller that I am used to. And then that is kind of a lie, because I am making things in 1 to 144 that is even tinier than this, but there I don't need to make these small boxes and drawers like that. But I still think it's funny that they don't have any bottom on this one, but they don't, so we just leave it like that. So that was this little box and this jar, and then this little vase here is the next part, and I have the pieces for that somewhere. Yeah, I got that over here. I tried to make everything ready so it would go a little faster today, so we could make both of the little shelf unit and the little table, so we can be done here, cause I have the next 2 months I have really a lot of things to do, so I won't be able to go live there. So I wanted to be done with this as much as possible today, so that we can start a new project when I am coming back again. And I hope to be able to do that in June, but if I don't get back in June, I hope to be back in July, but we will have to see, because there is so much to do the next few months. This one has these tiny flaps, and that is so annoying to cut. Actually, I think I am going to cut them off. Just because I can, like that. And then we need to cut this little bottom here, because that one has a bottom. That is so weird. I actually think I'm gonna cut this a little bigger so that it will be easier to glue onto the vase when we glue that together. Where is my toothpick? It's right here. So this one I am going to kind of roll it, so that I'm making kind of a, the other one I made a straight line. Here I'm kind of curling it to the side it is curling, so that I can bend it the right way again, making sure that I have the curve the right way. I do. And I need this little piece here to curve a tiny bit more. There we go. Oh, this is fiddly. So again, a tiny bit of glue, and I'm trying to get all the way up to this little line that I have right here. Making sure there's glue everywhere. And then line up this little vase here. And again, I'm just gonna try using this little thing to keep it together. That works pretty good. That works pretty good. So that's kind of cute. So I am going to take a little of my glue and pop that all the way around the bottom here. I think this is starting to dry out, but I think it's enough. And I'm just gonna put that here onto this little piece of paper, and I can leave that for a second, and then I can cut off the extra, so I don't have to worry about cutting that round first time and stuff like that. So we need some flowers for this one. Trim artificial flower, trim bottom of leaf and stick in vase. I don't know what that is supposed to look like or supposed to be. Anyway, let's see. I have that over here. Right here I have these small pieces right here. There we go. So they want me to trim them off, so I only have some of the purple. Oh, okay, I understand. They want me to trim off these bottom leaves, and now I have them all over. I think that ended up in my laptop. It did. Just a second. There we go. And the other one, trying to make sure they are not flying away. So we need those two, and that is garbage. So I'm just taking my garbage can and get rid of that. And then they have sent a lot of this with, I really hate this because it's everywhere, but they want me to put a tiny bit of that into the vase with these purple flowers, and I'm gonna do that. But I think it's crazy that they only want me to use a tiny bit of it, and they sent me kind of the whole flower. But okay, I'm gonna take a little more of my glue because this one is too dry now. And again, I have a piece of paper here next to me where I put my glue. I think I am going to try to cut this little bottom piece off here. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Get rid of this. Just gonna get rid of that. There we go. So we're gonna glue these in there. I think I'm gonna put them together like this. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. And then dip them in the glue. Maybe I should use my Fabri-Tac instead. And then just see if I can do this. Just pop some glue on there. Come on. And this is really a great glue as well. That was one of you guys that told me about that one. The only thing I don't like about it is the stringing, but it's really fast drying and perfect glue for small things. So I'm just gonna pop these in there. In this little flower pot, and hope that that will dry in a second or two. I might have cut them a tiny bit too tiny, but on the other hand, it looks pretty good on the picture, or the same size on the picture as I have it here. I think that's it. There we go. Let's open up this little baggie here and see what we got in there. I'm just gonna cut off a tiny bit, and I'm gonna dip that in my wood glue and pop it down here. And my wood glue is drying white. No, sorry, my wood glue is drying translucent, so it doesn't matter that you can see the glue to start with. It will disappear when it's all dry. Taking a tiny bit more, dipping it in my wood glue over here, making sure I have enough, and popping that down. I think I'm gonna take a little more of this. Let's see, make sure all these loose ones are gone from here, and then pop that down here on this side if I can. There's a leaf in the way. There we go. Yay! Now I can put this away, and we don't need that for anything at all. So that's kind of stupid. What kind of wood glue? I am using Pateks Wood Original. It comes in a big bottle, but here we can get it in this tiny bottle as well. And this is really my favorite glue. I love this one. And right after this one, then I love my Fabritech. The only thing I don't like about this is the stringing. The wood glue is working perfect to almost any kind of project. The only thing you need to know is just a tiny bit of glue. If you have a blob on there, it will take like hours to glue. But if you just have a thin layer, it will work like a charm. And then my third glue, favorite glue, is the super glue gel. Because here and there super glue is just perfect, and normally runny super glues are always running for me and all over, and before I notice I have glued my fingers together. So this wood glue super glue gel is just perfect, and I actually see that's a Pateks as well. I didn't see that before, but that's my 3 favorite glues. So they are standing here next to me when I'm crafting. So now we have made a box and a little cookie jar and this little vase. Thank you. I have never used wood glue that dry clear. I have used the others. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm not sure it dries clear, but yeah, it does, because I haven't seen it in any of my projects. I actually think it's because that I am only using a tiny bit of it, because if you look here, I have it right here. I actually have some here, and it's so clear that you almost can't see it, but it's enough for the projects to be clear, as long as you don't use too much, because you can see this one is almost dried and that will stay white. But if you only use a tiny bit of it, it will dry clear. And I think maybe most wood glue will do that if you don't use too much of it. So we have this little thingy here, but we're still not done, because we need the postcards for this one. And yes, I did cut those out before I started again, just to spare a little time of cutting. And then there is this one. I don't even know what that is. Let me take a look here. I think it's a small house, a holiday house maybe, but that is really hard to see. The other one here is a little lake. So we needed that one, but we need another box, and that is this one. So we are collecting things here for this little stand up. Oh, okay, doesn't matter. For this little shelf unit. So we need this little box here, and then some gold thread to put around the box. So let's bend the box. I don't know if you can see that, but there is some small lines here for where to bend this. And again, I'm just lining that up with my scissor, and then using my thumb to make this little indent so that it is very, very easy to bend these small boxes. In old time, I always used the needle and the ruler to make the lines and score the paper before I bent it. But this is so much easier and it doesn't take half the time. I'm gonna turn that around. So this is, but be careful in the start, because you need to try it out a few times before you can do it as I do. I have done this so many times, but it really is working good for me. So I am bending all these small taps an extra time just to make sure everything has the correct bend. There we go. And I think I'm gonna start over here. So taking a tiny bit of my wood glue and popping that on the flap, and you can see I'm kind of putting it on the wood glue here, and then I'm kind of wiping it off again just to make sure that I don't have too much on there. Put that together, and I'm using my flat nose plier to make sure that it is really connected. And it just needs one really good squeeze there, and then it's kind of stuck, and this one did not do what it was supposed to. Let me try that again. And that's all there is needed for this glue to really work. And now this little thing is stubborn, just to show that I'm not right. But normally it is just enough with the glue on there and then a good squeeze. And you see this one is glued together, so normally that works for me. That's that side. Now this one over here, popping on the glue and kind of wiping it off again. So these small glue bottles, they actually last for a very long time. And again, I'm just going in and squeezing it a tiny bit in the corners. And there, that is all glued. So now these tiny flips here on the top, making sure again that I have enough glue on the edge so that the edges are connected really nice, and then just popping down the lid here and making a tiny box of that. And there we have the box. Yay! So I'm just gonna sit with that a few seconds, and then I can wrap this little gift. And I need to see, because I actually thought that I needed that one. I don't. I need this little ribbon, because they want me to place that around the gift. So I am going to do that. Okay. So I am taking a tiny bit of the glue and popping that onto the ribbon. Put that to the side. And place that. Pulling it around and cut it off in the length that I need. And using a tiny bit more glue on the other flap and pushing that down. Yay! Okay, I need a sip of my soda. Cheers! I need to put power on my computer, just a second. Otherwise it will run out in a second, and we don't want that to happen. And there we go. Lots of power. So we can run for a long time. Anyway, I think that is perfect. And now we do it the other way around. So again, a tiny bit of glue on this little flap here. And then put that in place. You guys are not that chatty today, but that's okay. It is Friday, and I hope you all will have a very nice weekend, and I hope you all have something cool to do. Oh, and if you're doing a project, some kind of miniature project or something else, let me know. I like to know what you guys are doing. Some of you have made some really wonderful things, and I really enjoy seeing things. Also, even if they are not miniature, I like being creative myself. Oops. So please tell me if you're doing something special. I would love to know. Okay. So that one, do not want to glue on there. I'm gonna try that again. Just a little more glue this time and hope this will work. And on the other flap as well, just to make sure it will stay in place this time. Yay! So this little piece, we are going to make this kind of a little bow of that to be put on top of it, and then we should use some of this wire here. That is actually a wire. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a wire. And I don't think I like that kind of bow. So I think this one is really too small for making, yeah, a bow, but maybe I could do something. Okay, let me take the wire anyway. I'm trying to... I am working while watching, and I'm glad I cut you since you will be off the next couple of months. Yeah, I am trying to get a craft room organized so I can work on my project. Hopefully it will. Hopefully I will be set by the time you get back. Oh, that sounds interesting. Oh, I love organizing. Yeah. And I'm thankful that you're here. Okay, this is really tiny. And I'm really trying here. So I'm gonna try with this little wire thing here to get that around my little weird bow shape here. See if I can pull it a little more together. That actually did not work. I think this would have been easier with a piece of ribbon, but they want us to do it like this, so I'm gonna try it. Here we are. I think it works. I think it works. But it's a very tiny bow on one side. I would love to have a craft space. I work in my dining room table. Oh, I did that for 5, 6, 7 years at the start, and yes, that is so annoying because every time you get people over for dinner or stuff like that, you have to remove everything and put it back, or pack it together and then find it back when you're done with the guests. And no, you will be so happy when you get a craft room. I really hope you will get a nice craft room. Everyone deserves a nice craft room, because using the dining table, that's just so difficult and so much work. And yeah, no, everyone deserves a nice craft room. There is the little bow. Yay! It turned out really good. Let me see if my glue is still working over here. I think it is. I want to use the other side. So I'm just popping on. This time I'm popping on a quite big dot because I want this one to sit really, really tight and good in there and make contact. So like that. And I need a plier, so I'm just gonna reach here behind everything. Sorry about that. I'm making a lot of yarn balls. Wait, yarn balls cake? Am I reading that right? Yarn balls cake? Okay, you need to explain that. That sounds very interesting. Okay. So I need a little more of my glue because this I have here at the side is almost dry. So I'm just gonna pop a tiny bit more glue on my paper, and then I am ready. Getting all the things here. There. And I'm just gonna look at the picture. So this one is glued on the top right here. And I like to mix it up a tiny bit, so I'm just gonna pop it on the other side. Just because I can. Yes, it is in boxes all over the place. Yeah, I know the feeling, and it's so annoying. And sometimes you can't find what you're looking for, and yeah, I really feel with you. I really do hope you get a very, very nice spot to work on in. I love my workspace. And this big table, that was the first thing. Actually, that's a funny history. My husband came home and said that he has been in the secondhand store and he had got a furniture for me. And I was like, oh. He had bought a furniture and where to put that because we don't have the space for it, and oh dear. And what is it? Does it match with everything else? Does it look good and stuff like that? And then he came home, he had got a friend to help him pick it up, and then that was this table right here that has this what do you call that in English? I know the Danish word for it. It's a hævesænkebord. One of those tables where you can put it up and down, so you can stand up or you can sit by it. And I like to stand a lot when I'm crafting. So I was just so happy that he got me that table, and that was the first real working table I got. And we have had put a new tabletop onto the work table because the other one actually was not that great, but this one is just wonderful. I love it. When you make them around a bread, it looks like a yarn cake. It's called a cake. Oh, nice. You need to send me a picture of that one time so I can see it. How cool. Yes, adjustable tape. Yeah, that's adjustable table. That's the right word for it. Yes, and I really, really love mine. That is, I can tell you it's worth it because I don't have as much back pain anymore as I did once. So this is really nice. So the big gift is going to stand here on the bottom shelf. So I'm just popping in a tiny bit of glue and taking this and popping it in there, making sure it's not sticking out on this side so that it can still stand against the wall. Then this little yellow gift with the little blue I forgot the word for that. This little one with the little bow. It's a bow. I'm gonna put that over here. Placing that in the glue and make sure it will stay in the glue. I'm just gonna keep a finger on this, and this one is going to be next to it. Oh, that's so cool. Great, you have a husband. Grace, great husband you have. There is something there is something wrong with the words today. Words really are hard and difficult. I'm gonna just put the edge of this one because it has no bottom. I'm just gonna put the edge here in the glue next to me. I think that's the easy way to do it, so that there is a little tiny bit of glue all the way around the bottom, and then I'm just gonna squeeze it in there and push it down. And yes, I have a lovely and wonderful husband, and that's not just because he's looking here and there at the screen. He is online too, but I really do have a great husband. So the pictures are going to stand like that on the table, but I think I need to put it whoops. Somebody has logged in to see. Yeah, you're cute. I love you. Anyway, I think I will place this before I put the pictures in place. So let me put this to the side and bring this little thing out. And then this is gonna stand right here. Actually, it was supposed to stand here. Now I understand why the flower is not going there, because it's standing right before the little picture. But if I'm putting it over here, then it's not a problem. So I'm gonna do that. So I am going to take this little one and pop some glue on the feet or the legs here, like that. And then I notice that this one is going against the window frame, so I'm just gonna pop a tiny bit of glue on there, and then I'm gonna try to place that right here where I want it. Just pushing it down a tiny bit, and I'm gonna take this little picture here. I have them right here. See if I can get to it. Oh, I almost broke the little lamp here. I will have to correct that in a bit. See if I can get this little picture up here from the table. There we go. And just dip the edge in my glue and pop it on there. And the same with this one. Make sure it is turned the right way around. Let me show you. So I'm just popping the bottom edge here, this one, in the glue, and then just place it on the table, just like that. Yay! Oh, that looks good. Let me see if I can show you a bit better. There you go. A little close up. So that's the little shelf unit we made. That actually turned out really cute. I like it. Let's get back here so you can see me. So that was that, and I am just gonna see if I can. I'm just correcting this little lamp I got my hand in. Good. So let's see, go back to the table, because now we are going to make the table. There we are. They want me to cut a piece of this fabric here for underneath the table, but I think I am going to glue the table together first, and then we can do the other thing after that, or cut out this little thing after that. So the foreleg, and I need a tiny bit of glue. Popping that on my piece of paper here next to me, and then I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of that and pop that on there, and I need to see they are going on top of this little table. The next one, just a tiny piece of a tiny little blob or bead of glue. Popping the leg on, and the next one, not using too much glue, putting that on here, right there, and then the last one in this corner. I got a little bit too much glue, whoops, just put that to the side again. Just gonna try to get that away. There we go. So that you don't see it in the finished build. So now I can also see how big I want this little floor mat thingy to be. But let me put that a little to the side. I'm still curious about this little piece here, because I really don't know where that goes. And I'm just gonna quickly look through this book. So they have the two around, that one around there. It is nowhere to be found in this little book. I might have to look everything over later to figure out what this is, because right now I don't really know what that is. It looks like one of these sticks. No, it's even smaller than one of those. Oh well, I will put it to the side so I'm sure I have it when I need it. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to take the things for this little coffee bottle out. So let me open up this little bag and find the things that we need. The little coffee cup, and I'm just gonna put that in there so that I don't lose it if I find out where to go put it. So that is a nice little bead and another little bead, and I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of my wood glue and popping that on here. Actually, I think I should have been using my super glue for that, because this is metal, not wood. So I'm just gonna do that. Pop a tiny bit of super glue here, and then it all should be working good together. And then pop this one on top. And there we go. So that little piece is on top there, and then I have my little coffee cup here. Let me put that to the side. Coffee. No, dear honey, you are not gonna get any coffee, and if you want some, you can go get it yourself, because I am live streaming. So this says to be around 9 millimeters, and I know this is a centimeter, so around here. See if I can cut this with my scissor. Don't do that, because you're ruining your scissor with it, so you shouldn't. And then they want me to kind of bend the top part and the bottom part of it, and of course in the same direction. For a little handle to the coffee. And I am going to take my super glue and popping on a tiny dot of glue here and there. Did I get any? There we go. And then I'm gonna pop that here onto this little thing. Yay! Here we have the coffee pot, or can, or what you call that. I think that turned out really, really cute. Put the lid on here. There we go. So that was the coffee pot and the coffee mug, and then we need to make the plate. and I have this little plate mat right here, and that is going to be the plate. So let me see if I can do this one. So first of all, I am going to cut out the circle, and we all know that I don't like cutting out circles, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, and I wanted to ask you guys if you want me to keep on doing these DIY kits live, or if you want me to do something else live. These DIY kits makes it easier for me to go live, because I don't have to prepare anything before my live streams. I can just go live and yeah, enjoy it. But if you want me to do something else, please let me know, because I can do other thing as well as than these kits, but I think they're actually fun to make. And I do have 2 more, so you will have to see 2 more kits anyway. So, but I can do those in a normal and regular video, but then you won't see every step out that I do on the way of making these. I actually think I shouldn't have cut that thing off. No, I shouldn't have. That was supposed to be glued on. Uh-oh. I should just have cut open here and not just have cut this little piece out. So now we will see how this goes. I hope it will work anyway. Let me start with this one. So I'm just gonna try to glue that together anyway, just with a tiny bit of glue here, so that I don't make it too small. And then fold it over and hold it together. And then these small things here, let me put that to the side. So they have these small pieces here. I'm just gonna make sure that this is really glued together. But it has these kind of small pieces right here that I can bend a tiny bit for the bottom of the plate. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm using my nail here to make sure that it's not bending where it's not supposed to. And then just lifting up the little flap here. Oops, and the glue is not holding. I'm just trying to make sure that it will stay in place. Okay, I'm gonna take this little piece that is supposed to be the bottom of the little plate, so I'm just gonna quickly cut that out here. I like them, but anything you want to do is fine. I love lives. It's like a class. Yes! And it's so nice that we can speak together. That is one of the things that makes me keep doing these lives, because I think it's so nice to be able to speak to you guys. So like in person, where I'm just normally reading your comments, here I can actually have the feeling that I'm really speaking to you guys, and I like that. And this one won't really do what I want it to, so I'm trying. Come on. Well, it looks like I had a tiny bit of difficulty here with my OBS, the program that I'm using for going live. I hope it still works and that you're all with me. And that's nice. It looks like you didn't catch that. So I'm trying to get this to glue together. It's kind of bugging me a tiny bit, but I think that's because it's so small. And I'm going to take a little of my glue and put on these small, I have a lot of glue on this toothpick. There we go. And I'm just gonna dab some glue on there all the way around. Dab, 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 dab. And then taking this little piece and trying to place that in the middle of it all. And I think that will keep this little plate together. Yes, I love that too. That's good. Then I will keep doing this. There we go. That's the little plate, and it's really, really wonky. I'm just trying to correct it a tiny bit. But it's kind of wonky. It's like going up a lot over here and not everywhere else. So I'm not sure if that's the design or if it's me doing something wrong. But oh well, it's really pretty cool. Then they want me to cut out some of this little cane that is in here. So let me find that one. Here we go. This little cane, and they want me to cut around, what, 4 or 5? 5 pieces. The text is really, really small on that one. So I'm always cutting off the first one because that is wonky and not good looking. So let me take 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't even know why I'm counting like that, because normally I'm just doing what I want to, but okay, we're doing it like this time. So I need a little more glue because this one is starting to dry up on me. Just popping a tiny bead on there, and then I am going to take some of the glue and popping that on the little plate here, and just popping these down into the glue. Actually, I think I won't use all of these. Pop a tiny bit here in the middle. Whoops, place this little one in there. I actually think I will stop there. I might use this one next to. So this one is supposed to go on top of this one, and then I can place a little cookie on the side. I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna place a tiny bit of glue here, even though that the pattern here is really, really pretty. So I'm just gonna do it anyway. And then I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of glue and pop it here on the corner of that one. And then I'm gonna put the last one in there. Haha, I like that. A little more soda for my throat. Perfect. So that was that part. And then we have these 3 small pieces here that's supposed to be some small books or something like that, that is what do you call that? There's a little bow around them. So let's do it. So these are supposed to be bent on the middle, and there is no bend line, so I'm just gonna eyeball it here. I like to put my fingers in here when I'm trying to bend something at the middle, so that it is rounded at the back, so I can line up the edges in front and then bend it. And I'm gonna do that with all of these. lining it up and bending it. There we go. And I got a glue there. Then just popping them together like that. And then there was a tiny bit of a golden ribbon here. Let me see if I can do this. Placing that. And making this little cross on the back side, coming to the front side, and making a tiny knot here if I can with my big fingers. There we go. And I'm just gonna make sure that it stays in place, so I'm just gonna make one more. There we go. So I think that's gonna stay where it needs to go, and then we are supposed to make a tiny bow here with that. So I am going to try to do that. Yay! And then I need to tighten it up a tiny bit, because this side is really, really big and the other side is as well now. There we go. I like it. Cut off the excess. Maybe put a tiny blob of glue here so that it won't unravel by accident or something. And that should actually go clear. Put that in the garbage. We don't need that one. So that was a little thing more. What do we need now? We don't need that. Yes, that's it. We have everything for the little table here. And let me turn that around. They want me, oh, sorry about that. They want me to use this little one for the tablecloth. Let me put this to the side real quick, so we can get that. Uh-oh, I just broke off a leg. Let me really quick glue that back in place. I might have to put a little of my super glue gel here, because that one would really not stay in there. Oh, and the good thing about the super glue and the wood glue together is that the super glue is hardening a lot faster than without it. So anyway, that was this tablecloth. They want us, let me put that there. They want me to use this tablecloth, but we changed the couch, so I'm not sure I like this tablecloth. So we could leave it without the tablecloth and just have this little white table standing here, or I could find a piece of this cloth here and put over, or fabric, to put over the table. So please let me know what you think I should do, because I don't like this one to the table. And in the meantime, I can take a look at this little piece here for the floor. They want us to make a little rock for underneath the little table here, so I'm just gonna use the table for making the size that I want this little rock to be. And I'm just cutting in between this fabric here. It has some nice what you call that, lines that you can cut from for after. So I'm just doing that, making the little carpet here for, or the rock in the size I want it to be. I think that's cute. Yeah, that's perfect for the little table. So you guys, did you find out if you want me to put a table cloth on there or leave that off or not? So I'm just gonna glue that here into place right here, and I think I'm just gonna use my wood glue and pop on a tiny bit here and there, and I might have to put a little more glue on here because I don't have any more right now. So I'm just gonna pop it on here. Making sure that this one is gonna stay when I put it in the spot it's gonna be. I'm just using small beads of the glue here and there, especially here around the edge, to make sure that it is not going to fray too much when it's been placed on the floor. And then it has this kind of a bend here at the middle, so I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of the glue on there as well, just to make sure that it will lie as I want it to on the floor. Let's pop it down here. I want it to be around here, so I'm just squeezing the fabric down in the glue so that it is gonna glue to the floor. And you can see it's straight now because I had a little glue there in that little fold that it had. And this little rock is going nowhere. I had to take a call. The rock is perfect. Thank you. So the little table is going here, onto the little rack. So now the question is, do I make a little tablecloth of the same fabric as the couch, or do I leave that off? Let me glue this one in place. Just a tiny bit of glue on each of the 4 legs. And then I'm gonna place it. Oh, and I popped a little more glue on the legs here because it needs to go kind of through the fabric and down to the floor. And it looks like it's a bit off the center on the camera, but it's actually not. I would see about something that matches the couch better, not that check. Yeah, I totally agree the checker is not gonna work here. But I think the only thing I really have is the same fabric as the couch. So it would look something like that if I make it a little smaller than the table. Let me see if I can cut it out. So that's a little here around this pink, and then cut it a little bit here, little around here. So I'm just trying to cut it into a little square. I'm not that good. How about a dolly just on the top where it only covers a small area in the middle? Yeah, that's a way to do it as well, because I think this could go and be too much, right? Use one of the circles on the fabric. Oh, that is actually a good idea. Checking that off. Let's see. One of the circles. I kind of like that one, the pink one, but everything is blue in there. So I could take one of the blue ones, because that would kind of match everything else in the room. Blue or pink? Blue or pink. There is a green one as well. That is actually also really, really pretty. but I kind of like the blue. Oh, you can't see that. I kind of like the blue here because it matches everything else. Let me try with the blue one here. I'm just gonna cut it out roughly, and now you're doing it to me. I have to cut fabric in round. Thank you. What about just one of the circle motifs? Yeah, that was... Did I misunderstand anything? It's just a circle here you want, right? The blue will show up better on the white table. Yeah, I think you're so right on that. Actually, it's going a bit better cutting the circle here in the fabric than it is in paper. I like this. The thumb straight in the mouth here. And a little snip. Blue. Good. I'm happy. So I got the little blue dolly right there. Then we have the coffee can. We have the little coffee cup. Whoops. I'm just tri-fitting right now. Then we can talk about what we are gonna do. And we have the small books here, and then this little thing with the cookies. I really don't like the cookie thing. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly turn the camera to the table only so you can see what's going on here. So that is one way, but I kind of want to leave that out and just place it like that. What do you say? This, or with this little thingy. Haha, sorry about making you cut a circle. Thank you. You're all making me laugh. So tell me, with or without this ugly plate with the cookies on there? Personally, I prefer it kind of like that. So if you don't say anything, I'm gonna do it like that. Because then I think you are just thinking the same as I am. Because this little plate, it's kind of not fitting in there. Also with the pink colors. Actually, the cookies are kind of cute. I wonder if I have a small plate that I can use. Give me a second. Cookies are too much. Yes, I totally agree. I think I have, and that's exactly here behind you all. See if I can find it. I don't think I can because of the computer. It's sorry about that. But I have to see if I can find these small plates. I am really sorry about that. Here I am. Sorry about that. Can you trim the cookie plate down? I don't think I can. Everyone is writing without, but I have this little cuter tray here. I could use that and then take the cookies, my big fingers, and then take these cookies out here because I don't think they are glued in so badly that I can't get them out. I am gonna ruin that one because I don't really like this plate. I'm gonna pull that out. There we go. And then I'm gonna take some of my glue here and pop that in here. And I might have to put a little more in there. This might be too big, but let's try it. And then the last cookie here on the corner. Put that that in the garbage. And then just a tiny bit of glue here, and then glue the last one here in the middle. There we go. So like that. What do you guys say? Is that better? Personally, I like that better, but I don't know if I want the cookies in here or not. I could maybe move it around a bit. Whoops. Like that. Something like that. What do you guys think? Is it better with this little tray here with the cookies in, or is that still too big? Actually, I think I like this piece to be over here because it's very empty here in the room, and then I could let me glue this little piece of fabric in first. That is better. Okay. So do I glue that little new tray in place, or do I not? Oh, let me turn you back so you can see me again. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of glue on this little piece of fabric here. Like that, and then glue that to the table. So now that is at least in place. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of a glue because I'm running out really quick over here. Then I want this little coffee pot. I think I'm gonna put that here, so I'm just gonna dip that in my glue on the side here and then place that on the table. And I'm gonna do the same with the little cup here, just dipping that in my glue and placing it on the table. I like the cookies, maybe 2 cookies on a napkin. That way it doesn't look overcrowded and you still have cookies. Oh, that is a way to do it. Let me see. Let me see. I have this little thing here. I have some smaller circles, or I could cut out a, oh wait a minute, I have this little piece here. So if I fold it like this and glue it together like that, then I actually have a tiny napkin. Okay, let's try that. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of a glue here on the inside of the fabric and then fold it over like that, and then a tiny bit on the fabric again like this, and then fold that over like that, and then cut out this little folded napkin like that. You almost can't see that it's a napkin. I'll take that back so I can put that here and then some of these on top. Or I could just take a square and glue a few of them on top. Or should I make it of paper? A real paper napkin? I could do that as well. So I have this little square one that I folded, or I could leave this little one here just glued in the middle so it is flopping a bit, and then glue the cookies on top of the napkin here. Let me just take these out like that. save that one for something else. So I could place the cookies here like this, or I could place them on this little thing here like that. So big or small. And then of course the stack of books. Actually, I think the books are going to be right over here. So this little napkin could be kind of lying here. I like the small one, makes it look like it goes with the round one. Yes, good. I think that's a color, actually. Okay, I'm gonna take the small one here, place that on the table, and then take these three, and I could, do I place them on top or next to? Is 3 too many, or is that working? I actually will glue this one. So I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of glue and pop that here onto the underside of that one and pop that onto the table. There we go. I think I like this one, like this. I like the napkin. I could, I don't know. Let me glue the napkin, because I think the napkin is actually pretty cute. Just a tiny bit of glue, and then placing that on the table. Small. Yes, you all like the small one. So with the cookies on top or without the cookies on top. So that's with the cookies, and that's without the cookies. What do you think? I could also I'll place the cookies here next to, because it is cookies, so they can be on the table with no problems. I would do that in my own house. When it's small cookies, I can have them lying next to. It's okay. I'm gonna glue them next to, because then you can see the napkin a little better. So just gonna take a tiny dot of glue, pop that on the table, and place the cookies right here, like that. Yay! So that's a table. And now we are having this little bag here that they want us to place up against the table. So we are going to do that one, and I have the things for that over here. Let me just put these things out of the way so I know what I have and what I don't have. There we go. So place the little template and then cutting out the fabric here. First I'm just cutting out the shape. Or the long shape, and then I'm just gonna cut these small pieces here. I like it, it looks great. Yay! I actually think it's coming out good. I'm so happy about the couch that we used those flowered fabric for the couch, because that really is a pretty look that this little couch has. It's really what you call that? Oh, I did this wrong. It's really summer holiday look with that one. I did this wrong. I should have put that on there and drew that on and then made these. That was not easy to see. Now I'm just gonna glue it together like this. Period. And then put in these small hanks, or what you call those. How long are they? 4.5 centimeters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and half a centimeter. And one more. There we go. Fabri-Tac, or I think I am fabrics and laces. We are going to take Fabri-Tac, and now I'm just pulling the whole thing off here. Good, so let's see. I know I'm doing this wrong, so that's just how it is. Because I don't have any more of this fabric, and I kind of like this fabric. So first of all, just bending this little edge over. It may have been too big if you did it the way the instruction told you. Yeah, I think it would be maybe a little bulky if I did it like they want me to. Just getting rid of these loose strings here. And I'm gonna do it up here as well. Come on. Just a tiny bit all the way down. And then just fold it and hold it. I love your choice for the couch. Thank you. That was so much better than that lined or striped fabric they came with. I really didn't like that at all. So I'm gonna glue this one here and the other one over there. So a tiny bit of glue. Come on. There you go. I'm gonna place that like that. And then place the strap in the glue. Hold it for a few seconds. This is maybe the last thing for this box or this little room here, but I will just take a look through the book when I have done this little thing, just to make sure that I got everything that I need to. So just holding this little strap. Oh, and I have not that much glue on my finger. I normally have glue everywhere when I'm doing these live streams. And I really hate having glue, especially super glue. I really hate that on my fingers because it's kind of turning hard on the fingers, and it's like just annoying. I hate it. This is a really good glue for fabric. One more reason why I really like this glue. And then popping that thing in there and keeping that in place. This is going really good. Really, really good. There we go. And then I'm just gonna pop a tiny bit of glue around the edge here on this side and on the other side. Like that. And then close it up. Yay! Whoops. Put that in the garbage. There we go. And that is all done. I actually think that turned out really cute. Let me just quickly find this little house, and then they want me to place it around here. Yeah, we can do that. I am going to take a tiny bit of the glue and pop that here on the bottom, where it is going to glue to the floor, and right up here where it is touching the table. Whoops. And then I'm just placing it like that. Put the cap on here. Put that to the side. And here it is. Yay! It looks so good. Okay, let me see. I still have that one piece of wood that I don't know where it belongs to. So I'm just gonna quick look here. It says 4 of these long one. No, one long piece. I think that's this one. Let me see. It says 14.5. That's not this one. So that must be the long top one. Here. 6.1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a tiny bit. So this is B5. So we are going to look for somewhere where they are needing or using the B5. Nothing here. B6. Sorry. Nothing here. And it's not here, and it's not here. I'm sorry. Well, that's cute. Yes, I actually think that turned out really good. There you can see the original fabric for the couch. I really don't like that. And it's not here. So here it's B5. Under the window on the outside. Wait, what? No, it's on the inside, under the window. So it's supposed to go in here. I'm not sure I can do that, but I'm going to try. And now it's just teasing me. Nah, that's not possible. But it's supposed to go here underneath the window, or is supposed to go over. It might also be the window seal. Can it be in there? No. So I actually really don't know, but it's about around the inside of the window, but I did not see that. You can see it here on this picture right here, if you can see that. But it's really, really hard to see or understand. Here, it's sitting here. Actually, I think it's sitting as the window seal. But oh well, I don't have that, so we don't need that one. So the next thing is the wiring, and then the plexiglass around the little box here, and I have that in here somewhere. I have that over here. All the things that we need for that. So here is the battery compartment that I am going to put together with the wiring here. And then I have 3 pieces of plexiglass, and I think that is for the side here, like that, and then this is to be put on the top like that, so that it is kind of closed in. And that is also why I put the plexiglass into the windows, so that it is closed off. Looks like a window ledge. Is that the word for it? I would skip it. It looks great. Thank you. And yeah, I think I skip it too. So I don't know what I want to do, because I have 3 more, and I was kind of hoping that they could stand on top of each other. But on the other side, it could be cool to have this one just alone and closed in, so I might do that. But these 2 things I am going to do in another video, so you can see me doing it. but it won't be live because it takes a bit more time and a bit more things to do that, so I will do that off screen. But here is the done result of the inside of this little summer holiday room here. I actually think it turned out so cute, and I really love the little couch. That's the piece that I love the most. That's the couch, and it fits so well in this little summer room. The ones I have done didn't have plexiglass. How cool. I actually think all 3 of them that I got here have these plexiglass plates with. And yes, that is really cool because you can get rid of all the dust in there, and small fingers or bigger fingers. But at least you won't have to dust that off too often. So that's it for today. I hope you liked this. It was not that long of a stream, but it was still nice. And we got it done. Yay! And I hope to get this all done soon so you can see that. Make me want to curl up with a book and a drink tea and eat cookies. Yes! And you have it all right there. Oh, I like that. Anyway, I am going to end here for today. And I won't see you the next 2 months. I'm really sorry. I would love to, but I hope you will join me in 3 months from now. And yeah, that would be really nice to see you again there. I will miss you guys. But you will see me each Wednesday like you do normally, just in my pre-recorded videos. I really love you guys. Thank you for watching and talking with me. It has been a lot of fun, and I will see you again in 3 months. So see you.